Hello everyone. Good evening from Pakistan and good morning or good afternoon to all those who are in different time zones. Thank you for joining me for this webinar series brought to you by Kaizen Analytics LLP. This is sixth free webinar and the topic which we'll be covering today is dynamic procurement analytics in Power BI. So, uh, before moving ahead, let's some of the important notes and housekeeping rules. Demo dataset is already emailed to all the registered participants. So, after the webinar, the material, that is the PPT file and Power BI file, will be emailed to the registered participants. And for all those persons who have not yet registered or who are watching this after the actual telecast date, you can just shoot us an email. The email ID is given, so we are more than happy to distribute the material. Leave your comments in the chat and our team will answer you on the spot, or you are more than welcome to also email us your queries. We will be more than happy to answer you on the email as well. That was simple housekeeping rules, and little bit about myself. So I'm Mohammad Kashif. I'm a senior member of Institute of Cost and Management Accountants of Pakistan. I have over 17 years of experience in almost all the fields which are relevant to finance, either it is bookkeeping to corporate finance, feasibility analysis, financial modeling, data analytics, data visualization, business process, capacity building, supply chain, capacity building. So these are kind of the departments which I have worked. I'm also founder of Kaizen Analytics LLP. It is a limited liability partnership firm registered with Security and Exchange Commission of Pakistan. Our core areas are definitely business consultancy, projects, capacity building, and we work in emerging technologies like business intelligence, blockchain, advanced analytics, and much more. You can connect with us through LinkedIn, Facebook, or you can also email me. So let's move forward and let's move to the actual content of the webinar. So this webinar is divided into three sections. The first section is about purchase management, procurement management. So what is purchase, what is procurement? So we'll discuss this in a detail. Then it's the second one is the dynamic procurement analytics, and the third section is about way forward. So the purchase management universe. So let's I'm using the term purchase and procurement interchangeably, but these are two different terms. So let me now introduce the term procurement, which is much more likely to be used in the professional world, either you are in the public sector or private sector. So if you guys are following me on YouTube, so our last webinar was on supply chain. So let me just link it with supply chain and then I'll unpack the definition of procurement. I explained that in a supply chain there is a market and there is a producer of that good. And if a customer came in a market for purchase of that any item, so he will have to obtain the market has to obtain those items. So first, in shape of information, in shape of material, in shape of money. So they will place an order for that items beforehand. Those items will be delivered and they will be making payment for this one. So this was relevant to supply chain, a bigger canvas. But as supply chain is relevant to two or more parties linked in a flow of resources, which are material, information, money. Procurement plays an important part in helping out the supply chain, because in supply chain there are quite a number of entities. Well, there are producer, vendors, warehouse, transport. So some of the entities are given over here. How a business can select those entities? Most of the entities are selected by procurement department. Like I think apart from distributor retailers, the vendors, the category of vendors and the category of transport companies are kind of a thing which are which business needs, the services business needs. So all these services are tend to be hired by a specialized department which is specialized in hiring of those goods and services. So if I can put the procurement in a very simple and layman's definition, which is relevant for business as well, it is an act of obtaining goods one and services second for business purpose. So this is kind of a very simple definition of procurement for a general understanding. If I can unpack this definition in much more layers, then there are generally there is a department which has a cross sectional services, like finance, like HR, like admin, and procurement is one of those departments. So procurement is linked with all the departments. It is kind of an administrative, or it assists all the departments in performance of their activities, like finance and HR. And some of the departments, depending on the company, depending on the type of the company, if the company is a manufacturing concern, so the department of their operations, their supply chain, so these are kind of a main department, and sales as well. So if this department is linked with all other departments, let's say it's linked with HR, admin, operations, supply chain, sales, marketing, so all departments are linked up. And a business typically needs three type of items to be procured. It can be good, it can be services, it can be works. So these three items are hired or are procured through the assistance of a procurement department which is specialized in this one. So if I can further unpack these three things, like generally any business will need stationery, furniture, electronics, laptops, computers, servers or IT equipment, kitchen items, networking items. So these are few example of goods. There are example of services as well. You need if a single department or finance department needs an ERP solution, or all the organization is going on an ERP solution. So the hiring of ERP solution is a very technical hiring of services, and there may be some individual or consultancy firm which may be hired. Even nowadays business intelligence solution is hired especially for decision making purpose. There can be some specialized consultant like advisor on a high profile person can be hired. So the hiring of services is also comes under the scope of procurement, and definitely there are works. If you are shifting to a new building, or your business is on in a rented space, and you are building up your own space, own building, so it can be so hiring of a construction company, a resident supervisor, and many things for construction work. So civil works, roads, buildings, offices, renovation. So these are kind of a few example of works which are hired in procurement activities. So these are the three main components. So all of the things which a business needs tend to fall in these three categories broadly, and they are specified further. They are specified according to the need of their departments. So if I can explain the process in which the procurement is happening, so we have the understanding of where procurement is as far as the whole business canvas is concerned. It assists the business on all the departments in performance of their functions. And there are three things which we have discussed: the goods, services, and works. And now the procurement process itself. Well, if I can start a procurement process, it starts with the preparation of budget. So once the the activity of budgeting is happening in any of the organization, they tend to work with procurement as well, and the procurement tend to play an important role in preparing that budget for the procurement of items. So there is a element of procurement planning, and that procurement planning becomes a subset of the overall budget of any organization. So it tend to start with procurement planning. Then definitely once it is done, and if quarter one and in a budget it is written that finance department or sales department needs certain number of so to say certain number of laptops, so they will place an requisition for the procurement as per the budgeted item. So once the requisition is there, now the procurement department is actively involved. So according to your manuals, your procurement manuals, whether it comes under 3 quotation method, or it tends to come under the advertisement process. So all these certain processes are initiated by the procurement department, and this is the core activity of procurement starts. The selection process, the advertisement process, preparing of RFP, tender documents, or all those things are prepared, and they are distributed as well. Then once the bid come, if it is a bigger one, a procurement which is of a considerable amount, so there is a process of comparative analysis. You tend to compare technically and financially as well. So you tend to the procurement department tend to work intensively in this work as well. Now the approval of the final vendor or consultant, whatever the service it is, whether it is good or service, and the acquisition of goods and services. And generally the activity of procurement tends to end this one if that department is not handling the contract management as well. So if contract management is also a part of the procurement department, so this activity will prolong up till the contract ends. If it is a service, so there will be the approval of deliverables as well, and the process of payments, and then if it is a good, so if it is an IT good, so it will end after the expiry of the warranty period. So your organization may tend to have some certain amount in shape of pay order or anything for the expiry of that warranty. So there are many things which are considered. So this was kind of a very broader definition and process of procurement, which I tend to discuss. Now let's move to the second section, which is the dynamic procurement analytics in Power BI, and we will work on a demo data set, and then we'll move forward on the demo data set. So as I have already discussing in my previous webinars, so there are few pillars in Power BI, and how you can place this webinar as far as those pillars are concerned. So let's start with the first one, and let's start with as far as data transformation is concerned. Well, it is very low, and we won't be doing any data transformation activities in this one. As far as data modeling is concerned, we'll be doing a data modeling at a very beginner level. As far as DAX is concerned, we won't be doing any DAX calculation over here. So it is, if you are working in a procurement department and you want to analyze your data in Power BI, and you have a zero knowledge of Power BI, don't worry, you can work on your data by watching this webinar. It's as simple as it can be made. So there is no DAX function, and definitely data visualization, because this part should be at a intermediate level to attract audience to see the work as well. So we will be working on data visualization as well, and it is not at a beginner level, but it is at an intermediate level. So we have emailed the link of how to download Power BI. The link is there and you can Google it as well. The link is also given over here. So let's review the dataset and then we'll move forward. So let's first review the dataset. Yeah, this is dataset. So this dataset is in tables, and if you can see, this is transaction status, vendor name, PO number, it is a domestic or international, purchase officer, receiving department, type of account, type of account type, and type of account, and account type name, and PO number, PO order, date, modification, vendor agreement, what it is, and FOB destination, shipping point or vendor warehouse, PO discount amount, and PO discount amount. So this is a very simple database, and if you can review it, we have around 10,000 entries of this data set. So and from this data set we will be preparing not one but two dashboards. So this is the first dashboard which we will be preparing. So in this one, if we start over from here, you have purchases by purchase officer. So who is the one which is making lot of purchases as far as amount is concerned and the amount of discount is concerned. So this is one. This is purchases as per account type. So travel and entertainment has a lot of purchases as far as amount are concerned. This is purchase by quarter, so you can see easily quarter 1 and quarter 4 are kind of heavy as far as procurement is concerned, purchase is concerned. It is savings, so this is a saving amount. So as far as saving amount is concerned, international procurement has a lot of savings. This is a cool chart, a Sankey chart, so we'll prepare those charts as well, and it can be sliced according to dates, receiving department, so you can slice it according to any receiving department. So as far as our development department is concerned, domestic, they have a small share of domestic, but their procurement is coming from a lot of international vendors. And this is journal and administration, marketing. So marketing has a fair share, I think, domestic and international both, sales and technical and operations. So this is one slicer to see the whole dashboard in a way. Then there is a term as well, so you can slice and dice according to term as well. And even let's move forward to the vendor name. So which are the vendors who are making domestic one, and which are the vendors which are making different changes. So you can slice and dice according to vendor name as well. And then account type, so human resource, yeah, this is the procurement which is relevant to human resource, and there are quite a number of things which are here. So this is the first dashboard which we'll be preparing, and we'll preparing another dashboard which is an artificial intelligence dashboard, which is a artificial intelligence visuals of Power BI. So we'll discuss three AI visuals. The first one is this decision tree, this is the key influencer, and this is smart narrative. So these are the three, and these, if you have done your data model correct, so these can be created in just few seconds. So let's get started and let's prepare these two dashboards right now. So let me place it over here, and let me open a new Power BI file. So this is a new Power BI file, and let's start this one from getting data. So a general overview of the interface of Power BI. So this is an interface of Power BI, and these are the three views. This is report view, this is data view, and this is model view. So all the reports, so all the visualization are done in the report view. So this is the table view where you can see your data in tables, and here you will make relationships with among various tables. So we'll start with getting data in Power BI. So you can get data from quite a number of sources from Power BI, and this feature of placing some key elements from getting data was released in October. So there are quite a number of resources you can plug data in Power BI. So we have our data in Excel, so let's click Excel and click OK. You can click on this one, this icon as well, and you can also click on this Excel as well. So there are 2 or 3 ways you can click on Excel. So this is the dataset which we have distributed already. So let's import this dataset over here, and let's play with the dataset. So yeah, you will find 2 things over here. So this icon, this table icon, we have just made the dataset in a much more clean boundaries. Table is there. So if you can see over here, it is in the form of tables, and there is a table name as well. So it has a clear cut boundary as well. So it is a clean way to structure your data, and I like this way as well. So let's load, click over here and load. It's loading now. And now once it is loaded, then we'll create a very simple date table. So it is loading now. Yeah, it is loaded now. Great. And let's create another table as well. So go in this table, and there is one table, and we want to create another table, a new table. So a new table can be created from an option of a very simple option of calendar auto. So let's click on this new table. We are in this view, this data view, and we have clicked this new table, and let's name it as date is equal to, we'll use simple calendar auto, calendar auto. Calendar auto, this one, yes. And it will automatically detect the dates in our dataset, and it will give the dates. So we need the dates of say 1 year or 2 years. So I have given this 2 to indicate that just look in the dataset and create a table of 2 years according to the dataset. So it will create a simple column of 2 years. Yeah, it has created a simple column of 2 years according to our data set. And if we go over here, so these are the 2 tables. So this is the main table, which is the transaction table, and this is the lookup table, the date table. Just make a simple relationship of this date column with this PO. This is a simple relationship which we'll be making. And now we'll come to this one over here and apply changes. Okay, Now it's time to move forward, and it's time to create the dashboard on in this one. So we'll create this dashboard from scratch, and let's start with a simple slicer of dates. So we have created one slicer of date, and let's make this date, this year over here. Let's just, we want to see the data of 2014. Yeah, that's it. So we have placed one filter over here, simple filter, and let's give it a name. So we'll give it a name of dynamic procurement analytics. Make it dark blue, make it this one 28 and bold. Yes, and let's place this over here. Yeah, so now it's time to do some simple drag and drop thing to work on the dashboard. So we have done with the basics of the dashboard, and now it's time to move forward, and let's select another visual before we'll go over here. So let's start from here, this one. So let's select this one, stack bar chart. So this is a stack bar chart, and let me just place the figures over here. First let's place this the PO amount, and we want it to be according to the purchase officer, and we also want to show the this one as well. Yeah, and now it's, and this visualization is kind of a complete. So this is the first one, and it is dynamic in nature as far as our dates are concerned. So it will change according to our dates. So let's just complete this visualization by just adding some important things over here. So first, as far as legends are concerned, they should be top center, and make it dark blue. And let's also make the x-axis, we know these are the purchase officers, so we don't need these titles, and this one as well. So this is the amount, we are aware of it, so we don't need these amounts, this one. Now it is much more clean, and now it's time to add the visuals. So make it this one dark blue, and also this one as well, so make it dark blue. And as far as title is concerned, let's also make this title this one. Yeah, so let's make it procurement by purchase officers, and let's make this one dark blue and center line, and let's turn on the data labels. So it will turn on this data label, and this is a new feature, turn on the data label totals. So this one will give you a total as well. So if you turn on this data label and make it in million, so this one is also made in million, and make it dark blue. Okay, so now this visualization is complete, and it is interactive. As I have already said, it is interactive with our dates. so we can review it in our dates. So let's move forward with the next one. So let's place this one, the next one over here, and let's place a tree map over here. This one, this tree map over here. Let's start this one as well, so it will make us much more easy to align these things accordingly. So as far as this is concerned, let's place this one as well over here. So just, yeah, so in this way it will be much more clean to work over, and just place this over here. Yeah, so in this tree map, let's drag and drop two things. Just we want to see it in type of accounts, so type of accounts and PO amount, simple. So, and let's, the visualization is done. And if you want to place anything in the tooltip, you can place anything in the tooltip. For instance, you can place the domestic international over here, so it will give you either it is domestic or international. It will give you the PO discount as well, PO discount as well, and you can place anything in the tooltip, which are the purchase officers which are dealing over here. So these are the purchase officers who are dealing with this one. So let's also do another thing as well, and just finalize this one. Just click over here and go to this title. So let's name it as procurement by account type, and delete the rest. Make it dark blue, and also make it center line. So yes, this is, and this table is finished. And now let's place some important slicers over here for slicing our information, our dashboards according to our needs. Just click on this slicer first. So this will be our first slicer. This will be our first slicer. We will place some of the slicers over here, and let's place one slicer for, say, receiving department, and let's make this one drop down. So this is first slicer, and let's copy this one, make second, and let's copy both of them. We will make 4 slicers. Yeah, this is receiving department, and let's make another slicer of vendor agreement term. So this is vendor agreement term. Let's click over here and make this one to vendor name, and as far as this one is concerned, let's make it as type of account. So we are done with 4 slicers. Now let's import one visual from the marketplace. You can click on this 3 buttons, get more get more visuals, you can import various and dynamic visuals from the marketplace as well. So a community of Power BI developer are sitting across the globe, and they are developing new and interactive dash visuals on continuous basis. So let's click over here, Senki. So we'll be looking at some Senki charts. So let's place Senki. If you can go in this all one, let's find the Senki chart. And yes, this is a Senki chart. So just click over here, and this will be imported in our working. Okay, so here is a Senki chart. So let's click on the Senki chart, and let's play with our data. So let's place this international source. So once we need source and we need the receiving department, so this is 2, and we need it to be in according with the PO order, this one. Yeah, so now our purchases are as per, so our international purchases are going in different departments, and our domestic purchases are going in different departments. So this is how simple you can make your workings. So let's make it as procurement by source to receiving department. Simple. And let's make this one spellings correct, department, and here, and let's make this one dark blue, and also this one. Yeah, so this one is also kind of a complete, and let's make other ones. So let's place some donut chart over here. Simple donut chart over here, and let's place it as per domestic and as per saving amount. So we have two things, and let's finalize this one. Go to title and just name it as savings. And make it dark blue, and also, yeah, and we have only 2 items, so we won't be needing these legends. As far as labels are concerned, we can add all labels over here and make it dark blue, this one, so it will stand out a bit. So this one is also complete, and let's make a waterfall chart over here, and let's make this one. So we can make it according to many things, so let's make it in quarterly basis, and we want to see the PO amounts as far as quarterly basis are concerned. So these are the PO amounts, and let's go over here. As far as PO amounts are concerned, so in this quarter, we don't need this blank one, we need these 4 quarters, just these 4 quarters, so these are over here. So now this one is kind of a complete as well, and just click over here and we will change the name. So let's change few of the names. So make it dark blue and turn off this title, and go over here and make it dark blue and also turn off this title as well. And now it's time for labels. Yeah, title. So let's make this one procurement by quarter. Make it dark blue, make it center line, and yes, so we can also add, even we can add the labels. So we can add labels over here as well, and I think make this one dark blue for all the labels. So in just few clicks we have created this amazing dashboard, and let's finish up this one. So first click over here, and as far as slider is concerned, slider heighting, we don't need headings. Input is concerned, yes, make it. And as far as the slider is concerned, let's make this one blue as well, and turn off this background. Click over here, we need header and we'll need it into the dark blue. And as far as the item is concerned, just make this one white, font white, and background light blue, and make this one background off, and just click over here and click over here. So format painter will do the formatting. Click over here, background off, click over here and background off, click over here and background off, click over here, background off, and click over here and background off. So we are click over here and background off. Yes, so we are done with our first dashboard. So this is our first dashboard, and as we have discussed earlier, we will be using no DAX over here, just one DAX function for the dates. So it is totally interactive as far as date is concerned. So if you can see your procurements as far as the receiving department is concerned, the type of account is concerned, and also the name of vendors. So which are the vendors who are making more of the procurements, and you can also slice and dice it according to the terms as well. So this was the our first dashboard, which is an interactive one, but it is the first one which we'll be preparing. So let's move to the next one, which we have discussed. The next one is just using the artificial intelligence working. So if you can see over here, this guy is making a lot of procurements. So he is a very hard-working person. So these are the person who was making procurement as far as the amount is concerned. These are not as far as the number of transactions are concerned. So it can make another one according to the number of transactions as well, but you can practice it once you have the data set. So let's make another one over here, and let's explore the artificial intelligence visuals of Power BI, this one. So let's explore first one. So this is a decision tree, decomposition tree, sorry, and It is also very simple to make a decomposition tree in Power BI. In just few clicks you can explore your data in various manners. For instance, um, if you want to analyze your PO amount, so let's go over here and let's analyze our purchase order amount. So it is already calculated, and we want to analyze it with various things like purchase officer, like receiving department, um, like it is domestic or not. So let's make this one, these three things. So let's analyze it with purchase officer. So it is doing all the calculation by itself, and let's analyze this one. So let's analyze it according to the receiving department. So this guy is doing the procurement for this one. So these are the highest one. So this guy is, as far as procurement is concerned, is it is amounts of procurement, it is doing the least amount of procurements, and it is doing the highest amount of procurements as far as technical operations are concerned. Second is marketing, then general administration, sales, customer solutions, and development. And in technical and operations, these are the procurements which are relevant to international sourcing, and these are the relevant to domestic sources. So you can analyze it according to your decision tree, decomposition tree. So this is first one. If you done your data model right and things right, so you can do it in a many ways. So you can click it over here as well. For instance, let's analyze it in this one, receiving department. So which is the department? So marketing department, he is doing a lot of procurement for marketing department, and the dominating one is the international, and this one is the local one. So this is the first AI visual of Power BI. There are 4 AI visuals, so we'll discover 3. The next one is key influencer, and let's place this one right blue over here, and it will do all the working by itself. So let's first place this key influencer like purchase order. We want to analyze our purchase order with, first say, this is the first parameter. So it is doing all the calculation, it is running the analysis. So now the influencer is not found. So let's place another one over here like purchase officer. So it will run the analysis by itself. And let's place another elements as well. For instance, account type name. So now it has found something. Account type name expense, the average of the PO decreased by this amount. So this is the first one, but let's place another one as well. So we'll give the AI visuals more of the element to analyze. So let's make it receiving department, vendor agreement. It will have a lot of data to analyze. So we have given a lot of things. Now it is running its analysis. So it is running its analysis according to what influences purchase order amount to increase. So what influences purchase order amount to decrease. So the type of expense, the average of PO amount decreased by this one. If the type of expense, if the type of account type name is expense, if the type of expense is traveling, the average of PO amount decreased by this one, and this one. The vendor name is this one. So this is the vendor, the average PO amount is decreased by this one. So this is the vendor which is getting the least amount of POs. And if we can segregate it with it has prepared its own segments. So artificial intelligence has prepared its own segments, and let's analyze each one of them one by one. So if the account type is expense and domestic, it is a domestic, it is receiving department is not marketing, and it is not technical type of over here. The average PO amount is itna. This is 8.6 unit lower than the overall average of this one. So it makes its own analysis, and for say 10 of the analysis you can have any one of which is relevant to you. So it is running its own analysis by itself. So it is running say 10 to 20 analysis. You can find one of the analysis which is quite relevant to you. So this is the second one, and the third one is this smart narrative. It is just released right now, and it is not finding any we don't yet support summarization of this one. Okay, no issue. So this one is kind of a thing which we need some of the data for this one. So we can analyze many things from this AI visuals. So there may be we can have Q&A as well over here. So this is a Q&A. So total PO amount, let's see. So it has calculated total PO amount, total PO saving amount, so it has not yet calculated the saving amount, but it has calculated the total PO amount. So you can have many if you just run your data over here, and you can find some cool visuals and some interesting insights from your data, and you can even find something very important which is relevant to your business. So it is definitely worth trying these AI visuals. This decomposition history is quite amazing. So let's name it as artificial intelligence dynamic procurement analytics, and let's make this dark blue. Okay, this one dark blue, bold, and this one 28. Yeah, so now it's apparent. So these are the two dashboards which we have discussed, and we have prepared right now, and you can just import your data in Power BI, and you can play with your data and analyze some cool features. So no need to have the initial DAX functions in the initial stages of your Power BI journey. At the later stage, definitely, once you have explored the data analytic arena and data visualization techniques, so once you move forward, so you will have to learn the things which are under the hood, like data modeling, type of data, DAX functions. So these things come later on. So just first let's have the feel of how you can analyze your data and present it in a very beautiful way. Now let's move to the next section, which is the way forward in advanced financial analytics and the details. We are running a premium training workshop on advanced financial reporting and analysis in Power BI, and this is a 20-hour workshop which is spread over 4 Saturdays, and we will be starting our sixth batch. It is all a participatory method of training, and we cover descriptive and diagnostic analytics in Power BI. It is delivered on Zoom, and we also after the training we also run a one-to-one session with the participants and help them implement the solution of Power BI in their organization. They can create any one dashboard which they would like to prepare. And for the month of November, we are running a 50% off for this workshop. Um, the dates are final, so we will be starting our workshop on 14th of November 2020, and it will end on 5th of December 2020. So all the times are as Pakistan standard times. It will start at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then we'll have a 1 hour break, and then 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. So it is a 5-hour day workshop, and it spreads over 4 Saturdays. And if we just analyze the workshop, what is covered on the workshop, so let's have a corporate view of the training workshop. So we'll analyze the how to use Power Query. So we'll use Power Query in detail. How to use Power Pivot. So we'll analyze the things and how to visualize things. So we'll do the interactive dashboards, stunning and interactive dashboards with advanced techniques to conduct a deciding factor for in this industrial knowledge. So that is kind of a thing which we'll be doing in our workshops, and we have named it as data to decision making journey. So our first foundation will be on Power Query and data modeling. Then some of the pillars of data analytics and data visualization will go deep in DAX and DAX expression. We'll create financial reports, business analysis, scenario analysis. We'll work on ratio analysis and DuPont analysis to have a data driven decision making and insight. So we have 11 modules, and all modules are covered on these 3 elements in a very sweet manner. So let's explain the module one by one. So we'll have the Power Query in it first, and then we'll cover the ratio analysis. So we'll create a dynamic dashboard resembled to this one. Then we'll move to scenario analysis for profitability ratio analysis, and we'll have the scenario analysis as well. And then we'll do the dynamic cost and benefit analysis and create this dashboard which is interactive in all manners. And then we'll work on income statement. We'll create this income statement, and it will be totally interactive with each and every element which is displayed. Balance sheet analysis, we'll create a stunning balance sheet. Cash flow analysis, so we'll create a stunning dashboard for cash flows. Customer aging analysis, so this will be a totally dynamic dashboard. Sales and customer analysis, so this will be created in this training. And then business case scenario analysis, so we'll cover business case scenario analysis. And lastly, we'll go deep in artificial intelligence visuals. So we'll create some artificial intelligence visual as well. So this training is for, if you want to analyze if this training is for you or not. If you don't have any prior knowledge of Power BI, so you can come in this training. So we'll build all the concepts gradually, and it is for any level of official which are working in a business studies or working in any business organization, or they are specifically in finance field. So our data set is most of the data set is related to finance. Some of the data set is an overarching, and we analyze the business as a whole as well. So it is primarily prepared for all the professionals which are working in the field of finance. And learning objective, definitely it is a journey from raw data to insight. We apply the learn, and we give an opportunity for all the participants to apply your learning in the professional working. So You will understand Power BI, DAX, and data visualization. And you will create financial statement, financial ratios as already discussed, DuPont analysis, scenario analysis. So this is discussed, and this is our learning methodology. It is not a passive learning where we tend to just give a lecture or a visual or a demonstration. So we cover kind of a almost all the things. So as far as teach to others are concerned, so you will the participant will have to do it by themselves. So we cover kind of a 75% of our methodology as per given in this chart. So it is a participatory method of training, so we discuss in groups as well. We practice by doing it and allow the participants to do it in your own data set in our one-to-one discussion. So our methodology is in two phases. First, you will learn on the demo data set in 4 days, 4 Saturdays, and then the participant will choose one dashboard from their professional reporting, and trainer will assist the participant in creating the dynamic dashboard of their environment in Power BI, and they can implement their learning by doing. So we believe in learning by implementation. So that is from our side, and if you have any query, any question, you can just email us on our email ID, or you can just message us on WhatsApp. The number is given. You can connect to the trainer. You can also connect in our professional LinkedIn group, which is Power BI for finance and business professionals. You can also connect with us through Facebook and email us. So bye from now, and let's meet on another webinar soon. Bye.